Now back to Beavers baseball on Stones Radio Networks.
Drake Rossi leading us off in the bottom of the fifth. If we were momentarily disconnected from you, we apologize. We should be back in the bottom of the fifth. Rossi and then Trevor Crockett and Nick Ochoa, 7, 8, and 9 against Sean Flowers, who all of a sudden has himself a 7-1 lead here in the bottom of the fifth. The right-hander from the stretch. Rossi takes high on a fastball. Drake at 219 on the season is over 1 in this game. I do have the scoreboard for the Beavers. He struck out back in the second 3 weeks ago. He's up here now, 1-0. Fastball is inside, 2-0 on Drake Rossi. Catcher out of Temecula Valley, a freshman at 6'1". 2-0. Crockett and Ochoa to follow. Fastball's high, ball 3. So 3 pretty easy takes right now for Drake Rossi, and he's ahead in the count. Obviously, the Beavers needing base runners as they trail it 7-1. Three balls and no strikes coming up the 3-0 pitch. Fastball inside, ball 4. So a 4-pitch walk puts Rossi at first, brings up Trevor Crockett. Mentioned Santa Rosa at 10-7. They are in third place right now in the Big 8. It's led by Folsom Lake at 13-4, and San Joaquin Delta at 13-5. Santa Rosa 10-7. Cosumnes is right behind at 12-9. Then Sac City at 9-9. Modesto is 10-11. Diablo Valley 8-10. Sierra 6-11, and American River 1-16. So the top 2 teams, as we mentioned earlier, are automatic qualifiers to the NorCal playoffs. First pitch is high for a ball to Crockett, who hits at 174. Trevor out of Del Campo High School. He's a freshman. But that 3-5 at Santa Rosa, Cosumnes, Sac City, and Modesto all in the running to get at-large bursts. That's a strike. Santa Rosa, if they could win this game, would be 11-7, just 2 behind San Joaquin Delta. And as we mentioned, those 2 teams meet in the final series of the season. Modesto at 10-11 meets American River in its only remaining series, and Cosumnes at 12-9, also with just 1 series left. That's against Santa Rosa. The bunt is tried by Crockett, no good. Throw down to first is going to be late. So everybody is intertwined. Everybody is trying to get, obviously, the top 2, but if you don't get the top 2, you just want to add wins to your resume because the Big 8 Conference, being so highly regarded, a win in the conference is going to count a lot toward getting you into that at-large berth in the playoffs. Coach Jay, here's the pitch. Crockett check swing, it's outside. Coach Jay speculating that he thinks 3, 4, and 5 in the conference should make it to the playoffs, but that is not guaranteed. So Santa Rosa in a dogfight for one of these 3 spots. So Crockett up here with a 2-ball and 2-strike count. Rossi at first. The pitch. Crockett grounds one, and it's to left to second. It is into right field for a base hit. I call it Baskin Robbins. It's a 31 hopper, but it does the job. Crockett with a nice base hit to right field. And he is on. Going to second is Rossi, and that brings up Nick Ochoa, the shortstop, who had a single in the third inning of this game when it first started and was on second base when we resumed play and later scored on a single by Blake Kuyama. So he's up here with nobody out and 2 runners on. The right-handed shortstop. Shows bunt, lets it go. It's outside for a ball, 1-0. Gallagher behind the plate corrals a pitch that could have gone to the backstop. So Ochoa showing bunt, although Nick leads the team with 17 runs batted in on the season. Hitting at 200. 1 for 1 today. Well, in this game. Not necessarily today. And watch what you're saying. Here's the 1-0. He shows bunt again and pulls back the bat. Ball 2. So Flowers having a little bit of trouble with the strike zone in this inning. He walked Drake Rossi on 4 pitches, then a single by Crockett on a 2-2 pitch. And now 2-0 on Nick Ochoa. Top of the lineup, Josiah Taylor on deck. So each game in the Big 8 Conference critical to the postseason hopes. Showing the bunt at 2-0. Looks back. The pitch and it's pulled away, and the runners are going. The ball gets away from Gallagher on a high inside pitch, and that does the bunch job for it. as Ochoa takes it inside. He's ready to go as the runners are moving on the pitch. The ball and inside fastball got away from Gallagher, and now we have runners at second and third and a 3-0 count on Nick Ochoa. Nick looking to add to that team-leading 17 RBI total. Out of Santa Ana, California, takes a strike. He thought about swinging at that one at Segerstrom High School. He is a freshman. 3 balls, 1 strike. Runners at second and third, they lead it. Foul back to the screen. Nick had a good cut at that fastball by Flowers, but now it's 3 balls and 2 strikes with Crockett down at second and over at third, Drake Rossi. Santa Rosa playing their infield at normal depth with a 7-1 lead. They will trade an out for a run at this point. Three twos in the dirt outside, ball 4. So a couple of walks and a hit, and we have the bases loaded. Nobody out, and Josiah Taylor coming to the plate.
Batting for the Beavers, number 13, right fielder Josiah Taylor.
Josiah from Alverta, California, Alpha Charter High School, meeting at the mound, Santa Rosa. Stones McCoy wants to break. I don't want to break. Stones McCoy, get on mic. Let's talk. I don't think this is going to be a very long talk. I think they're going to just go out and go, look, settle down, Flowers. You're doing fine. Everything's good.
I don't think I have anything to say, so go ahead.
That is Stones McCoy, ladies and gentlemen, one of the finest analysts in this business. Because he knows, hey, I don't have anything to add to that. That was a beautiful analysis by me, so why bother it? We do have activity in the bullpen, and he does grab the binoculars to check it out. As here comes Josiah Taylor. Josiah with a single in the first inning back when this game first happened, then a strikeout in the third, so he's 1 for 2. Breaking ball, moves outside for a ball. Started off to be a strike and way outside. 1-0. Look like a left-hander out there. Jack Kazan. So Jack Kazan, the left-hander, out of Monte Vista High School in Danville, California. Looks to be heating up in the bullpen for the Bear Cubs. Here's the 1-0. It is in there for a strike, a fastball. Josiah Taylor let that one go, and then he got kind of mad at himself for letting that one go. Said, I like that one. Blake Uyama on deck. Blake with the RBI for American River in this ballgame. They trail it 7-1. We're in the bottom of the 5th. Of a game resumed as it started twice. Here's the 1-1. Breaking ball down low for a ball. Started once. There was a security alert on campus in the top of the first, so that was stopped immediately. Then it came back 2 days later. It got rained out after 2 innings. So we started it today in the bottom of the 3rd, and we are now in the bottom of the 5th, 7-1 in favor of Santa Rosa. Beavers with the bases loaded. Swing and a miss, a fastball. 2 balls and 2 strikes on Josiah Taylor. 2 home runs for Josiah, 16 batted in, so he's looking to grab that team lead from Nick Ochoa if he can get a hit here. Flowers, the right-hander, stretches. The 2-2 pitch. Hit up in the air, right side, out of play by Josiah Taylor, so he stays alive. Josiah, 239 on the season so far. He is the spark plug. I called Stones McCoy to talk about him because he loves Josiah Taylor, but he's not saying much today, so I don't know what to do. Breaking ball inside, almost hit him. You know, you think you know a guy, you call him in, and he says, I got nothing. But I respect that, though. You know, if you got nothing, you got nothing. You know. 3 balls and 2 strikes. Nobody out here in the 5th. Fastball's fouled out of play to our left, so it stays alive at 3-2. Josiah Taylor in a pretty enviable position because you know that Flowers doesn't want to walk another batter. Bases loaded. He's already walked 2. He needs to get a strike, so you think you're going to get something pretty good down the middle of the plate. He stretches. Here's the pitch coming up from Flowers. Popped up infield. Looks like Jack Gallagher might have a chance at it behind home plate, and he makes the catch for the first out. So a big out right there for Flowers. A pop up to the catcher. And now Blake Uyama comes to the plate. Blake singled through the right side for an RBI back in the 3rd. He is 1 for 1 in this game. He sacrificed. Actually, he did not sacrifice. That was Marcellus Flannery, who started this game back on the 26th and sacrificed. Blake is taking over today, so he is 1 for 1. Does have an RBI, which is his 17th on the season. He is tied for the team lead. He's up here now with 1 out and the bases loaded. Flowers, a high fastball. Almost comes back to the screen, but Gallagher snags it. 1 ball and no strikes on Blake Kuyama out of Kennedy High School. Rossi at third, Crockett at second, Ochoa at first. Here's the 1-0. High fly ball out of play to our left. 1 ball, 1 strike on Blake Kuyama with Alejandro Bello on deck. Beavers having a big chance here in the bottom of the 5th, trailing 7-1, but they do have the bases loaded. The foul pop-up retired Josiah Taylor, and now it's Kuyama. Breaking ball, beautiful looking pitch, 1-2 on Blake. Steps out, thinks about that one for just a second. Ready to get back in here. 1 ball and 2 strikes, bottom of the 5th. Fly ball left field side, but out of play. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Sean Flowers, the right-hander on the mound for the Bear Cubs. He was on the mound starting this game in the bottom of the 3rd. When we resumed play, he was on the mound. Ground ball sharply hit to shortstop, over to second, steps on the bag, over to first, and that's a double play. So bases loaded, nobody out, get nothing for the Beavers after 5. It's Santa Rosa 7, American River 1.
Coming up, more Beavers baseball right here on Stones Radio Networks.
Top of the 6th, Tyler Quintanilla back on the mound for the Beavers. A little bit disappointed that his team didn't score with the bases loaded and nobody out, but that's baseball, and he'll face Ty Blakely, Noah Rabin, and Jack Gallagher, the first 3 in the lineup for the Bear Cubs. Drake Rossi guns the ball down to third base. Then it's over to second. Everybody touches that thing. And here's Ty Blakely, who was hit by a pitch back in the 5th, and he later scored, taking over the spot that Jared Sundstrom had in the original game. Jared, as we said, hit in the face by a pitch, and we wish him a speedy recovery. Was one of the top hitters in the Big 8 Conference. And here's Ty Blakely. He comes to us from Cardinal Newman High School, right-handed hitter against the right-hander Quintanilla. Swing and a miss on a fastball in the inside corner for Blakely. Out in left field today for the Bear Cubs. No balls, 1 strike. Tyler Quintanilla, the second pitcher for American River. Breaking ball, and that hits Blakely. So he's been up base twice, or been up twice and been hit twice. I don't think it's anything personal, but I think he's probably got to wonder, you know. He goes down to first base, and that'll bring up Noah Rabin, the third baseman, who walked his first time up and scored, or first time in the resumed game back in the 5th inning. Blakely at first, nobody out here in the 6th. 7-1 in favor of the Bear Cubs. Quintanilla to the plate. Rabin swings and misses at a fastball. 0-1. Blake Kuyama even with the bag at third. Not sure if Rabin will be laying one down with Jack Gallagher on deck. Look over at first. Blakely, a good lead over there. To the plate, high for a ball. 1 ball, 1 strike. Beavers start a 3-game series with San Joaquin Delta College Mustangs tomorrow. That'll be down in Stockton. And then on Thursday, we're back here, weather permitting, right out here on Stones Radio Networks. Here's the pitch. Hit sharply right back up the middle into center field for a base hit. Right under the glove of Quintanilla. Handled out there by Trevor Crockett. He gets it in to Ochoa as the cutoff man, but it's 2 on and nobody out here. That's the 6th hit in the resumed game for the Bear Cubs, and here comes Gallagher, who had a 3-run homer in his only appearance today. His 10th of the season with 33 runs batted in now. He leads the Big 8 Conference with those 10 home runs. Got 2 of them here at this ballpark, which today is not so bad, but the last time he hit one out, it was impossible. It was a Herculean feat as the wind was blowing in. But he's up here now with 2 on and nobody out. Big breaking ball high for a ball. 1-0 on Jack Gallagher out of Petaluma High School in Petaluma, California. We also play basketball in Petaluma, but I don't have any stories of getting in fights there. It's like, I don't think we won. We won football. I don't think we won any basketball games. We didn't win a lot of basketball games. High fly ball center field. Crockett coming in, circling around under it, surrounding it, and makes the catch and guns it right into third base. Blocked over there by Uyama. So Gallagher's retired on a very high fly ball, but you don't get extra points for that. And that brings up Colton Lamonto, who has a home run and a walk today. So he has been very successful. Came in at 288 with a home run and 18 batted in. So that makes that 2 home runs and 19 batted in. Colton out of Sebastopol. Right-handed hitting DH. Runners at first and second and 1 out after the Gallagher fly ball. Quintanilla, here's the pitch. It is high for a ball. Tyler came on in relief of Wyatt Winalski, who lasted just an inning plus. Seven to 1 in favor of the Bear Cubs. 1-0 pitch coming up. Monto takes in there for a strike. 1-1. Tyler's 12th appearance of the season. This is just his second non-start, second relief appearance. A very nice 3.64 ERA. Comes set with a 1-1 pitch coming. High in the air again. That one is left field. Now it's going to be short left field. Ochoa goes out. Here comes the left fielder Grijalva, and he makes the catch on a dive as he's had to follow it all the way to the ground, and Michael made the catch reaching out with his left hand, and the glove conveniently on the end of that hand, and makes the catch. 2 outs and 2 very, very high fly balls, and that brings up Max Handren, the shortstop, who flied to left in the 4th and singled and scored in the 5th, so he is 1 for 2 in this resumed affair. He's out of Sonoma Valley High School in Sonoma, California. If anybody needs any Hornets, I know where they can find some. No, it's right here in American River College. That's a fastball in there for a strike. When I mean Hornets, I don't mean the Sac State kind. I mean the actual Hornet kind. They seem to like, I think they like Brian the diving champion. I think that's why they're here. They know he's going to leave town and go to college soon, so they want to get him now. Fastball on the corner. Good pitch. 0-2 on Max Handren. Max comes in at 297, 1 for 2 today. So probably got that average over 300, at least for now. He's got runners at first and second, but 2 outs here in the 6th. Quintanilla's pitch is fouled back to the screen. So Tyler will do it again at 0-2 with Connor Sharpiet on deck. Quintanilla from the stretch, the right-hander to the left-hander. Handren, here's the pitch. It's high in the air again. That's on the infield, though. Ochoa is going to call for that one at shortstop, and it finally comes down and he makes the catch. So good job by Tyler Quintanilla getting out of the jam. The first 2 batters reaching base at the end of 5.5. It's Santa Rosa 7-1 over American River.
Welcome back to Beavers Baseball right here on Stones Radio Networks.
Bottom of the sixth, 7-1 in favor of Santa Rosa. Nice job by Tyler Quintanilla to shut down the Bear Cubs after the first two hitters reached base in the top of the inning. After Santa Rosa did the same thing to American River in the bottom of the fifth. But now it's Alejandro Bello and then Bryce Seidler and Michael Grijalva, 3, 4, and 5 against Sean Flowers, who's still in there for the Bear Cubs. Right-hander delivers, hit sharply up to first base, handled over there by Sharpiet. He's going to flip it over to covering Flowers for the first out. 1 pitch, 1 out, and that'll bring up Bryce Seidler. Ground ball to first base, retires Bello.
Beavers, number 21, first baseman Bryce
Here comes Seidler, who's grounded to shortstop and grounded to first base, ground back to the pitcher in this game. The pitcher one was today. The shortstop was 3 weeks ago. Here's Flowers' pitch. Seidler takes outside for a ball. 1 ball, no strikes. Right-hand hitting first baseman out of Oakmont High School, the Vikings. Foul back to the screen. I think Vikings, one of my favorite team, mascots, team nickname, whatever you want to call it. It's one of my favorite. I like Vikings. Vikings is good. I also like Jaguars, even though I don't know how to say it very well. And I do like Panthers, too. You don't see a lot of Panthers in high school. Jaguars is a way you could say that, too. Seidler hits that one back to the screen, so he has 1 ball and 2 strikes. It's just Vikings. I like Vikings. You see a lot of Vikings, but I like Vikings. You don't see a lot of Spartans anymore. I was Spartans. Yeah, I was Spartans. And then the school's closed now. So maybe it was because of that fight I got into. I don't know. But I don't think you can trace it back to that. 1 and 2 to Bryce Seidler. Check swing. Nice job by Seidler. That was down in the dirt. They asked the umpire at first. He goes, come on, guys. Umpire, I think, is just watching out for hornets. That's his job. He's not the base umpire. He's the watcher. And if he's watching, they're all right around here. And yes, we could close the window. Of course we could do that. Seidler pops that one down the right side out of play. But, America in its beauty, we don't want to do that. Fresh air press box is how it's deemed by the PA announcer, who does a pretty good job, so I'm going to give him that one. Fresh air press box. Not bad. Not bad. I like it. 2-2 pitch coming to Seidler. Swing and a miss. He got him an off-speed pitch. So 2 up, 2 down for the Beavers here in the 6th, and Michael Grijalva comes to the plate. He has struck out his last time. That was back in the 4th. 0 for 2 in the game, dating back to the beginning. 230 on the season for Mike. 1 home run, 12 batted in. Takes a little time. He's going to go talk to the third base coach. Kind of getting there. Stones McCoy, noted lip reader. Trying to check that out, but I just don't know how much strategy you're going to probably get from that one, Stones. Hopefully he's still walking down there. Stones McCoy, are you going to let me down or are you going to come on and help me now? Stones McCoy, he usually knows what's going on when there's weird talks. What's going down?
That's one of those situations where I think, coach is saying, 2 outs, I don't want a bunt. He's going, yeah, but I think I can get this guy with a bunt. And I think they were having that conversation.
Interesting.
I think they were having that conversation, and I think the hitter was trying to, convince the coach, hey,
interesting.
Let me lay one down.
Oh, I did not even think about that. Well, that's a theory, folks. Grijalva swings and fouls that one back. That is a theory from Stones McCoy. The old, let me bunt it, coach. And the coach like, I'm in the opinion that if you're down 7-1, you can get on base. You get on base any way you can. But that's one possible interpretation of that meaning. 0-1 pitch. In there, strike 2, breaking ball. Michael steps out again. I don't think he's going to go all the way down to third. You don't usually just see a guy walk all the way out of the batter's box, all the way down to the third base coaching box, just on a whim. 0-2. Hit sharply out towards shortstop. Hendren has it. Waits, guns it across the diamond, gets Michael by a step at first. So 3 of 3 down for the Beavers in the 6th. At the end of 6, it's Santa Rosa 7-1.
Coming up, more Beavers baseball right here on Stone's Radio Networks.
Moving to the top of the 7th inning, it is Kyle Ablog on the mound, the right-hander taking over Tyler Quintanilla. Kyle out of Casa Roble High School. He's a freshman, 6-footer, making his 13th appearance of the season. He will face Connor Sharpiet and then Andrew Lombardi and Alex Dezad. That is 6, 7, and 8 for the Bear Cubs, who lead this one 7-1. So Quintanilla goes the 2 innings, comes in and mops up in the 5th, and goes in the 6th, gives up 2 hits but no runs. The runs charged to Winalski from the 5th inning. Tyler got 2 runners on in the 6th, but got out of it with 3 straight fly balls. So he is out, and now Kyle Ablog is in. Finishing up his warm-up tosses, and he faces Connor Sharpiet, the first hitter. Home run in the 4th and a fly to center in the 5th for Connor. He is 1 for 2. Which makes him 37 of 72 on the season and still leaves him over 500, which is truly impressive. He has 4 home runs now. And 24 runs batted in. So Sharpiet, Lombardi, and Dezad, top of the 7th. We mentioned Santa Rosa trying to win this game to go to 11-7 in conference play, which would put them 2 games behind second place San Joaquin Delta. Top 2 teams, automatic qualifiers to the NorCal tournament. Then there are 6 conferences, top 2 teams in each go to the tournament, so that's 12. Then there's 6 more at-large teams. Coach Jay saying he thinks the Big 8 Conference will get 3 of those 6 spots because of strength of schedule. Overall record, but it's not over till it's over. So Santa Rosa trying to make it into one of those top 2 spots. Folsom Lake at 13-4, San Joaquin Delta at 13-5. Here's Ablog. High pop-up infield, called by the third baseman. That's Yuyama. Moves to his left and makes the catch. Fought that one a little bit. Had it all the way until it was about 10 feet above his head, and then it was very sketchy, but he makes the grab for the first out. So Sharpiet is 1 for 3, and that brings up Andrew Lombardi, who has struck out and singled. Has himself an RBI. That was back in the 5th. Lombardi from Cardinal Newman High School in Santa Rosa, California. Comes in at 262 and 10 runs batted in, so he picked up number 11 here today. He's up here against Ablog. Kyle's delivery. Looked like it was right down the middle, but obviously it wasn't because it's called a ball. So it's 1 ball and no strikes. Ablog from the stretch. Wyatt Winalski started the resumed game back in the 4th inning. Then Tyler Quintanilla and now Ablog swung it on and missed on the inside corner. Lombardi had himself a hack at that one, trying to get one of the add to the home run total for the Bear Cubs here today. They've got one from Lamonto and from Sharpiet. And then from Jack Gallagher, so 3 home runs. 1 ball, 1 strike. Breaking ball's hit sharply down the 3rd. Yama knocks it down, picks it up, guns it across. It's a little high, but Seidler stays on the base with some nifty footwork. And Yama knocked that one down and stayed with it. Got it across the diamond for the out. Good job by Seidler over at first base. And here's Alex Dezad, the second baseman, who's hit by a pitch and hit a sacrifice fly. So he hasn't had an official at bat in the resumed game, but he does have an RBI. Comes in at 263, does Alex. That's his 7th run batted in of the season. 7-1, top of the 7th, 2 outs. And Kyle Ablog on the mound. Popped up out of play right side, I think. Here goes the catcher, going to look Drake Rossi, but it's out of play. So I was right. 0-1. San Joaquin Delta, the foe for the Beavers the rest of this week. Tomorrow, Thursday, and I believe Saturday. 2 of those games in Stockton. We're back here Thursday to broadcast the game. Second game of the series. That's inside, hit him in the back. When I say inside, I underestimated it, as he will go down to first. That is the 2nd time Alex has been hit today. And here comes Bryce Cannon, number 9 hitter, the center fielder. Struck out and grounded out, so he is 0 for 2. Is Bryce Cannon, coming to us out of Mario Carrillo High School in Santa Rosa, California. Same as Connor Sharpiet. They must have had a fine ball club last year. Umpire stops the game to tell the dugout for the Beavers to go pick up a baseball and they do. Here's the first pitch. It is in there for a strike. 1-0. 1 ball, no strikes. On Cannon. Top of the order, Ty Blakely to follow. High for a ball thrown down to first base. He is back. One ball, one strike. Stones McCoy going all hero over here, trying to just get rid of these Hornets. A-Blog looks over first. Good lead over there by Dezad. Pitch is swung on and fouled at the plate, so it's 1 ball and 2 strikes. Just like every sitcom you've ever seen, he takes a swipe at a Hornet and knocks down every piece of equipment he has. And the Hornet, meanwhile, just laughs. 1-2 now on Cannon. Home run and 14 batted in for Bryce this season. Here's A-Block's pitch is high for a ball, fastball, 2-2. If we go off the air, it'll just be because Stones McCoy has been bitten on the arm and it swells up, so he can't handle the machinery anymore, and we'll just have to say out of service or something. But so far he's all right. Dezad leads from first. The 2-2 coming up. Foul ball back over the screen, so it's still 2-2 on Bryce Cannon. 2 outs here in the top of the 7th. Santa Rosa leading this one 7-1. A makeup game that was started, played 3 batters, then started again, played 2.5 innings, and now we're trying to finish this thing. And it looks like we will. A-Block's pitch. High pop-up. Short center field going out is the shortstop. That's Ochoa. He is in short center field and makes the catch for the out. So good job by Kyle A-Block. 1 runner, no runs at the end of 6.5. Santa Rosa 7, American River 1.
Beavers baseball right here on Stones Radio Network.
Bottom of the 7th, 7-1. Kyle A-Blog, who came in for the pitcher, Tyler Quintanilla, who was actually coming in for Wyatt Winalski, who was in the batting order, so that means Kyle's up right now, is what I'm saying. He hits a ground ball out toward shortstop. Handren picks it up across the diamond and gets Kyle A-Blog by a step. So 1 pitch, 1 out, and that'll bring up Drake Rossi. Bottom of the 7th, 1 out. Rossi has struck out in the 2nd and walked in the 5th, so he is 0 for 1. Drake out of Temecula Valley. He will be followed by Trevor Crockett, the center fielder here in the 7th, against Sean Flowers. Fastball is high for a ball. Flowers had that 1 tough inning. Bases loaded in the 5th with nobody out, but he got a pop-up and then a double play to get out of there unscathed. And he is sailing along with a 7-1 lead here. Rossi swings and misses fastball. 1 ball, 1 strike. Flowers, as we mentioned, 0-0 as far as record is concerned, but just a 1.23 ERA, or 1.32 ERA in 8 appearances. Next one is a ball. 11 strikeouts and 6 walks in his 13 2/3 innings. So he has been effective so far. A little bit wild. Here's the pitch on the way. Foul back to the screen by Rossi. So it's even at 2-2 on Drake, with Crockett waiting on deck. 1 out here in the 7th. Reminder, we're back on Thursday with the Beavers against the Mustangs from San Joaquin Delta. That, I believe, would be a 2:30 first pitch. Swing and a miss. An outside breaking ball. 2 outs, and that'll bring up Crockett, who is struck out in the 3rd, but back in the 5th, he had himself a single through the right side. So he is 1 for 2 in this ball game. 174. Trevor out of Del Campo. A lot of activity in center field for Trevor today. Right-handed hitter against the right-hander Flowers, with Nick Ochoa, the number 9 hitter, waiting on deck. Breaking ball, catches the inside corner. Nice pitch, 0-1 on Trevor Crockett. Sean Flowers from the stretch, the 0-1 breaking ball, and that didn't break except for the skin on the back of Trevor Crockett. He is hit by the pitch, as it was the same pitch he got a strike on the first time, but he started off about a foot further to the right, and it did not quite make it. And Trevor, painful as it is on first base. Second time he's on base today, and here comes Nick Ochoa. Nick started the game in the bottom of the 3rd on second base, scored a run, and then he walked in the 5th. Right-handed hitting shortstop. Played a lot of third base for the Beavers this season. Now he's at shortstop today. Fastball is high and inside for a ball 1-0. Top of the order, Josiah Taylor on deck for the Beavers. Ochoa steps in. He is a freshman out of Santa Ana, California. 1-0 pitch. High for a ball, 2-0. Gallagher fakes the throw down to first base. Crockett is back. 2 balls and no strikes. And 2 outs, as Brian, the scoreboard operator, didn't have it updated. He was thinking about that last dive he did to win the conference diving title. Throw over to first base, he's safe. And that's not a joke, he did. He showed us the pictures and everything. Unless he just got 2 guys to stand next to him and hold silver and bronze medals and make it look like he won. But I don't know. I think he won it. Runner's going, swing and a miss. The throw to second is on a hop, and it's a stolen base for Crockett. Makes it 2-1 now on Nick Ochoa. So Brian moving on to L.A. for the state championships. We wish him all the best. Looks like Josh Hinkle is warming up in the bullpen for the Beavers. 2-1 on Ochoa, runner at second. Line drive right back up the middle, base hit. Grounding third is Crockett. He is going to go for the plate. The throw's coming in. It's a beauty on line, but scoring standing up is Trevor Crockett, as that stolen base gets an RBI for Nick Ochoa. And it is now 7-2 in favor of the Bear Cubs. Ochoa with his team leading 18th run bat in, just spanked that one right back up the middle. Bryce Cannon, aptly named because he picked the ball up and gunned it to home plate, but just a little off to the right, and Crockett scores standing up. And it is 7-2, and here's Josiah Taylor. So Crockett with the stolen base, then scores on the base hit. That is outside for a ball, 1-0 on Josiah Taylor, who popped to the catcher his last time up. His only at bat here in the resumed game. He was 1 for 2 in the game previously played. High fastball, ball 2, 2-0. Jack Kazan had been warming up out in the bullpen. Looks like the left-hander might be back up. Actually, it's Evan Johnson out there this time. Here's the 2-0. Big chopper out towards short. Hendren's going to try to short hop it. A nice play by Max Hendren out there. Do or die, and he makes the play. 6-3 to retire Taylor. 1 run on 1 hit, 1 left. At the end of 7, it's Santa Rosa 7, American River 2.
back with your play-by-play as Phantom right here on Stones Radio Networks.
Top of the 8th, Santa Rosa leads this one 7-2, and it's a resumed game. We started it once, then we started it again, and now we're back, and we're going to finish this thing as we go to the top of the 8th. Kyle Ablog still on the mound for the Beavers. He came on in the 7th, gave up just a hit batter, but got out of the inning with no further damage. And here's Ty Blakely, who is the leadoff hitter, filling in for Jared Sundstrom, who was the leadoff hitter back when this game started. Sundstrom was injured, hit by a pitch. He is out, but he's also signed to UC Santa Barbara, so congratulations to him, and we hope he mends very quickly. And here's Blakely, who has been up twice and been hit by a pitch twice, once by each pitcher. Fastball is high from Ablog. 1-0, Blakely at 2 for 8 on the season, so 250 out of Cardinal Newman High School against Kyle Ablog. 1-0 pitch is popped up. Catcher Drake Rossi's trying to get it, but now the pitcher, and now it's going to hit in front of home plate for a fair ball, and nobody caught it, and it's a base hit for Blakely. Looked like Rossi was going after it, then he had to shield his eyes, and it was over his head, but coming in from third, Yoyama, coming in from first, Seidler, nobody able to make a play, and even the pitcher was on the lookout for it, but nobody located it. Drops harmlessly, except for Blakely gets himself his third hit of the season. He is at first base with nobody out, and here's Noah Rabin, who has walked and singled. The left-hand hitting third baseman at .355 on the season. Outside with a fastball, 1-0. 1 ball, no strikes on Rabin. Noah from the dreaded Annalee High School in Sebastopol. Just bad memory. Actually, good memories from we got the W many years ago. Here's the pitch to Rabin. Swings and misses on a speed pitch. 1 ball and 1 strike. Ablog making his 13th appearance on the season. All of those in relief. And he has a 1 ball, 1 strike count on Rabin. There's the pitch outside, 2-1. Jack Gallagher, the catcher, on deck for Santa Rosa. Two and one. Leading at first is Blakely. High fly ball right side. Seidler shading his eyes and giving chase, but it's out of play by about 15 feet. So it is going to be a 2 ball, 2 strike count now on Noah Rabin. Santa Rosa looking to go to 11-7 in the conference play. And then they have Cosumnes River and San Joaquin Delta Colleges left. 2 3-game series left on their schedule. They're trying to get second, but want third if they can. Breaking balls. Big chopper up the middle. Backhanded at second. Flipped to second for 1 over to first. And they did not get him. Nice play out there by Bello. Flipped it to Ochoa. Nick over to first base just a little too late. But Blakely is retired. Fielder's choice for Rabin. He is at first, and here's Jack Gallagher.
10, the catcher, Jack Gallagher.
Gallagher has hit a 3-run home run in the 5th and fly to center in the 6th. So he is 1 for 2 in the resumed game. 10 home runs. 33 batted in for Jack Gallagher. Out of Petaluma. Right-handed hitter with a slightly open stance up here against Ablog. Kyle's delivery. Breaking ball. Nice-looking pitch in there for a strike. 0-1. He's ahead of Gallagher, who steps out, looks at his third base coach, as if to go, all right, I'll give him 1. He's followed by Colton Lamanto. Gallagher hitting in the 3rd spot in the order for Santa Rosa. That's in the dirt. Nice block by Rossi. Gallagher's 10 home runs leads the Big 8 Conference. He has 33 runs batted in. Hitting at .368 coming in. Ablog looks in, looks at the runner at first base. Breaking ball, nice looking pitch again by Kyle. It is 1 ball and 2 strikes now on Gallagher. Steps back out, thinks about things a little bit. Here's the 1-2. Hit sharply in the left field. Going back is the left fielder, still going back. That one is up against the fence. Blakely's rounding third. He's going to score. The throw will be just a little bit too late as Blakely scores. That's Rabin scoring head first with an RBI double for Jack Gallagher. Good job relaying the ball to Ochoa, and he made a fine throw to the plate, but just a little bit late to get Rabin. 8-2 now in favor of Santa Rosa, and that'll bring up Colton Lamanto. So 34 runs batted in for Gallagher as he gets the 2-strike pitch and hits it into left field. Run down out there by Grijalva into Ochoa and to the plate, but Rabin beats it. Here's Lamanto, who's hit a home run, walked, and flied to left. So he is 1 for 2 in the resumed game with an RBI and a couple of runs scored. Right-hand hitting DH with Gallagher out at second base. That's hit high up in the air, short left center field. Grijalva looks like he's going to call it in left center field, reaches up and makes the catch for the out. So 2 away, and that'll bring up Max Handren, the shortstop. Gallagher still at second base, 8-2 in favor of Santa Rosa. Handren has flied to left, singled, and popped to short. So he's 1 for 3 with a run scored. Comes in at 297. Max is a sophomore out of Sonoma Valley High School. Hitting from the left side against the right-hander Ablog. Gallagher at second base. Here's the pitch. It is in there for a strike. Good fastball on the inside corner. Stones McCoy agrees with the umpire for one of the few times today. And the umpire did a fine job, but Stones just he has a hatred of authority that's just burnt white hot. Here's the 0-1. That is inside and hit him. And he'll go down to first base. A lot of hit batters in today's game. For you hit batter aficionados, this is a game that you're going to probably want to rent this one and watch it over and over again. So at first base is Hendren. At second base is Jack Gallagher. And here is Connor Charpiot, who is a home run in the fourth, flied to center, and then popped to third. So he is 1 for 3. Which makes him 37 of 73. Still over 500 for the season, and a very impressive display. With 4 home runs, 24 batted in. Hit sharply to the right of shortstop into left field for a base hit. Coming around third, it's Gallagher. The throw is going to come all the way to home, and it's going to be a little bit late. Gallagher scores easily. It's an RBI single for Connor Charpiot, and it's now 9-2 in favor of Santa Rosa. Holding at second base is Max Handren. Second RBI for Charpiot today. He has 25 on the season. Here's Andrew Lombardi, the right fielder. Andrew struck out, singled, and grounded to third. So 1 for 3 with an RBI in this game. He's got runners at first and second and 2 outs here in the 8th. 9-2 in favor of Santa Rosa. Breaking ball in there for a strike. 0-1. That's been Kyle Ablog's best pitch today. Lombardi with 11 runs batted in on the season, including the one he's got today. Here's the 0-1. Swing and a miss. Another breaking ball. That was off speed. Slowed down even more, it looked like. So 0-2 on Andrew Lombardi. Right-handed hitter. Right field today for Lombardi. Squared up stance on the 0-2 pitch. Here it is. In the dirt, blocked by Rossi, but it's going to get back to the screen, and the runners will move up as that ball was hit in front of the plate. Rossi could not knock it down. So that moves the runners up to second and third. Charpiot at second and Handren over to third. And now Lombardi with those 2 RBIs, potential RBIs out there. And a 1-2 count. 2 outs, top of the 8th. Santa Rosa 9, American River 2. Start of some busy weeks for both ball clubs as they have regular 3-game series in addition to this makeup game. Here's the 1-2. Breaking ball in there, call strike 3. So 2 runs, 3 hits, and 2 left at the end of 7.5. It's Santa Rosa 9, American River 2.
Now back to the booth right here on Stones Radio Networks.
Jack Kazan is the new pitcher for Santa Rosa, the left-hander coming out of Monte Vista High School in Danville, California. He is making his 12th appearance. He started 6 games this year. He is 4-0 on the season, a 5.60 ERA. He has 19 strikeouts in 35 innings. He will face Blake Uyama, Alejandro Bello, and Bryce Seiler, 2, 3, and 4 for the Beavers. Kazan delivers his last warm-ups toss to Jack Gallagher, who guns it down to second base. Here's Uyama, who singled in the 3rd, drove in a run, and grounded to short in the 5th. So he is 1 for 2 with a run batted in. 17 for the season for Blake. Hitting from the right side now against the left-hander Kazan. From the windup, here's the first pitch. Down low for a ball, 1-0 to Blake Uyama out of Kennedy High School. Playing third base today for the Beavers. Waits for the 1-0. Outside fastball, 2-0. Jack Gallagher behind the plate for the Bear Cubs. Noah Rabin down at third, Max Handren at short, Alex Duzad at second, and Connor Sharpiet at first. Here's the pitch. It is right down the middle for a strike. Ty Blakely's out in left. Bryce Cannon in center. Andrew Lombardi in right. Gallagher and now Jack Kazan, the battery. 2 balls, 1 strike. Lined right back up the middle into center field for a base hit. So Uyama with his 2nd hit of the game. He is at first base. 5th hit of the game for the Beavers, and that'll bring up Alejandro Bello, who has struck out in the 3rd and grounded to first in the 5th. Alejandro came in at 313. Actually grounded out in the 6th inning, so he is back up here in the 8th with a runner at first base. Right-hand hitter out of Vanden High School, waits for Kazan's first pitch. Here it is. It's high for a ball. 1-0 on Alejandro with Bryce Seidler, the cleanup man, on deck. Bello, I think the top hitter for average for American River. He's at 313 coming in. Playing second base today. Looked at first. Alejandro swings and misses. 1 ball, 1 strike. 9-2 in favor of Santa Rosa. They are 10-7 on the season. At 3rd place in the Big 8 Conference. And someone is nipping on their heels at 12-9, right behind him. Here's the pitch. Swing and a miss on a fastball. Sac City at 9-9 still in it, and so is Modesto at 10-11. Modesto with just 1 series left. That is against American River. That will be next week. 2 of those games will be at home and on Stones Radio Networks. I think that's Tuesday and Friday. Here's the pitch. Swing and a miss. So Bellows retired on strikes, 1 out, and that'll bring up Bryce Seidler, who was grounded to first and struck out in the 2 appearances today. So he is 0 for 2 on the afternoon.
First baseman Bryce Seidler.
Right-hand hitting first baseman steps in against the left-hander Kazan. Uyama down at first base. Michael Grialva on deck. Seidler takes in the dirt. Good block by Gallagher. 1 ball, no strikes on Bryce Seidler. Bryce coming in at .287, 16 runs batted in on the season. Right up there near the league lead, or the team lead. Yama was 17, Ochoa was 17. Actually, Ochoa now with 18. Pitch to the plate. Foul back to the screen by Seidler. 1 ball, 1 strike. Josiah Taylor also with 16 runs batted in for the Beavers. The leadoff man out of Alberta, California. Seidler steps back in, 1 ball, 1 strike. Kazan, the second pitcher. Here's the pitch. It is down low for a ball. Flowers went 4 1/3 innings, gave up 3 hits and 2 runs. Although in a way, the first run isn't really charged him because it was put out there by someone who we don't know was 3 weeks ago. So he probably doesn't get charged with that one. Breaking ball gets away from Gallagher going to second as Uyama. So the first run is actually probably given to the pitcher who was in the second iteration of this game, which was rained out after 2 innings. So Flowers 4 1/3 innings, 3 hits, 1 run. Got out of a bases-loaded jam in the 5th that was critical. Here's the pitch. In the dirt again. That's a nice block by Gallagher. Rolls up the third baseline, but no advancement. And Seidler goes down to first base. So he's at first. Down at second is Uyama. A couple of base runners again for the Beavers. And here's Michael Grialva, who has struck out and grounded to short today. So he is 0 for 2 at .230 on the year. Home run and 12 runs batted in. Right-hand hitting left fielder out of Ponderosa High School. Foothill Valley League. Gallagher's readjusting something that was probably in his catcher's glove. Jones McCoy, of course, a catching phenom, so he knows exactly what's going on.
He was just trying to find the right card for this this batter and this inning.
This is the guy that you had wanting to bunt last time he was up and had to go talk to his coach to talk about it. So you're all over Michael today. Okay, thank you very much, Stones. And it gives me another thing to think about. I don't like things to think about when I'm up here, okay? I got the Hornets, I got the ball game. That's all I need. Here's Grialva. Kazan's first pitch is in there for a call strike, and Michael did not agree. 0-1. Kyle Ablog on deck. I think we might have, it looks like Dominic Ott on deck to bat for Ablog. 0-1. Pitch on the way. Down in the dirt. Good block by Gallagher. That one had a chance to get all the way back to the backstop, but Gallagher gets himself in front of it. 1 ball, 1 strike on Michael Grialva with Dominic Ott, the pinch hitter, on deck. Seidler at first, Uyama at second. Foul back to the screen by Grialva. 1-2 now. Single runs in the 3rd and the 7th for the Beavers today. Santa Rosa with 2 in the 4th, 5 in the 5th, and then 2 in the 8th. Kazan takes his time, gets the sign. Here we go. Foul down the right field line by Grialva, out of play, so he stays alive at 1-2. Another left-hander warming up in the bullpen for the Bear Cubs. Bearcats is a good name too, but they prefer Bear Cubs, and so we're going to honor that. It's probably Evan Johnson who was down there warming up earlier. 1-2 coming up to Grialva. Grounded down the third baseline foul over by the on-deck circle where Ott picks it up. Saunters over and picks it up. Kazan checking out his wristband to see what the next call is, and he's ready to go. 1-2. Down low for a ball. 2-2, and it is Evan Johnson out there warming up. The left-hander out of Casa Grande High School in Petaluma. But right now it's Michael Grijalva against Kazan, Jack Kazan. Runners at first and second and 1 down. Fouled out of play again. So Michael getting himself some cuts up there. 1 ball, 2 strikes. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Look back at the runners. 2-2 pitch. Outside and high, ball 3. 3-2. See if the umpire does the 3-2 or the full count and what he does. Does the fingers or does he do the 2 closed fists? That's old school. Or does he do nothing and we just sit up here and wonder? And that's what it's going to be. 3-2 coming up. Hit sharply out toward shortstop. Hadron can't get it. It's into center field for a base hit, rounding third. And scoring is Uyama. The throw back to second almost got Seidler, but he gets back in. It's an RBI single for Grijalva, and it's now a 9-3 ball game in favor of the Bear Cubs. We've seen Hendren pick up a couple of those already. Thought he might have a chance at that one, but no. Grijalva gets RBI number 13, and here is the pinch hitter. This is Dominic Ott coming in to hit for A-Blog.
For the Beavers now, number 16, Dominic Ott.
I think we might have a pitching change. Looks like Evan Johnson might be running in, and now he's going to come in, so we're going to take a break. We've got 2 on. We've got 1 out. We're in the bottom of the 8th. It's 9-3 Santa Rosa.
Now back to the action right here on Stones Radio Networks.
Evan Johnson, the new pitcher for Santa Rosa, the left-hander out of Casa Grande High School in Petaluma, California. He is making appearance number 13. He's gone 24 innings, 27 strikeouts. He has a 3.38 ERA. He's facing Dominic Ott, the pinch hitter. Dominic at 267. Pops one to second base, and he is out quickly. The first pitch, a pop up to second, so Ott is retired. And that will bring up Drake Rossi, the catcher. So Dominic Ott comes up, gets the first pitch, pops it weakly to second base to Zod. Here's Rossi, who's walked and struck out today. Walked in the 5th, struck out in the 7th. He's up here with 2 on, 1 in, and 2 out in the 8th inning. Fastball on the corner for a strike from Johnson. Evan, a 5'8", 150 pounds, out of Petaluma. 0-1 on Rossi. Seidler at second, Uyama at first. Or excuse me, Grijalva at first. Uyama is the one who scored in this inning, so he has already safely crossed the plate. And a 1-1 count now on Drake Rossi. Trevor Crockett on deck, and now Evan Johnson has to call time to tuck his shirt in, which is respectful, and I applaud that. More action in the bullpen. That's Swing and a miss. Jones McCoy in his usual fashion. I think that's Jack Caston's going back out to throw and loosen up after he was taken out of the game just to get some more throws in. He has been replaced by Johnson, but Jack is up and throwing again. And the bullpen, here's the pitch. Fastball outside for a ball. Very gutsy take on a 1-2 pitch right there. 2-2 on Rossi. 1 run on 2 hits this inning for the Beavers. They trail at 9-3. And 2-2 to Drake Rossi. Fastball right down the middle, call strike 3. 1 run, 2 hits, and 2 left at the end of 8. It's Santa Rosa 9, American River 3.
Now back to baseball right here on Stones Radio Networks.
Josh Heiko, the new pitcher for the Beavers here in the top of the 9th. The left-hander will face Alex Dezad, Bryce Cannon, the top of the order, and Ty Blakely for the Santa Rosa Bear Cubs, who lead this one 9-3. Heiko warming up, and Drake Rossi goes out to the mound. He's being caught by bullpen catcher Christoph Swanson, but Rossi goes straight to the mound to talk with Josh Heiko over signs and whatnot, as we say, and he is ready to go. He'll come by, probably catch a couple of those last warm-up tosses himself, and we'll be ready for Alex Dezad to come to the plate. Alex has been hit by a pitch twice and hit a sacrifice fly, so he hasn't officially really even been up today, but he has a couple of bruises to say that he has. As Heiko finishes up his warm-up tosses, 2 more, says the umpire. Top of the 9th, 9-3. This is a resumed game. It resumed in the bottom of the 3rd with no score, and it's had a lot of action so far as we go to the top of the 9th. Tomorrow it's the Beavers going down to Stockton to take on San Joaquin Delta. Santa Rosa taking on Consumnes River College. Dezad at 263 comes up to face Josh Heiko. We're in the number 1, the big left-hander out of Intercom High School. He's a freshman at 6'5", 235. Faces the right-hand hitting Dezad. From the stretch, high with a fastball. 1 ball and no strikes on Dezad. Right-hand hitting second baseman. Waits for the 1-0 pitch. Check swing right back to the pitcher. Picks it up, takes his time again, and throws it to first for the out. So 2 pitches, 1 out. Dezad retired. Here's Bryce Cannon, the center fielder. Bryce is struck out, grounded out, and popped out. So he is 0 for 3 today. Came in at 205 with a home run and 14 batted in. Bryce out of Maria Carrillo High School in Santa Rosa. He is a freshman, 6'3". Left-hander against left-hander. Heiko gets the sign, works from the stretch. Breaking ball is just a little high, I imagine. 1-0. One ball, no strikes. Inside, all the way back to the backstop. 2-0 on Bryce Cannon. Ty Blakely, the leadoff man today, is on deck. Two-0 pitch. Hit up in the air, left center field. Going after it is Crockett. Going after it is Gralba. They're not going to get it. It's going to go all the way to the fence. Cannon rounding second. He's looking for third. The throw comes in from deep left field, and Cannon's going to have it with a sliding triple. So 0 for 3 so far, but Cannon hits that one where nobody is. A slicing line drive that went between center and left all the way to the fence, and he's got himself a triple. With one out, he is down at third, and here's Ty Blakely. Blakely has been on base 3 times and has hit the ball about 5 feet. He's hit by a pitch twice and hit a pop-up in front of the plate, which everybody just let drop back in the 8th inning, and he got a base hit on that. So he is 1 for 1. He scored once, and he's up here against Heinkel, and bringing the infield in are the Beavers. Cannon down at third. Blakely swings and fouls a breaking ball back and almost hits Jamil behind home plate. Our photographer, our media man, XTG, I believe is the name of his company. Check him out on different platforms. Making your company look good is their job. And he's back there taking tremendous photos right now. But almost got clocked by that foul ball. Here's the 0-1. Fouled again, but away from Jamil because they learned a lesson. So it's 0-2 on Blakely. Noah Rabin, the third baseman, is on deck. Top of the 9th, 1 out, and a Cannon down at third base. 9-3 in favor of the Bear Cubs, trying to go 23-10 on the season and 11-7 in Big 8 conference play. 0-2 pitch. Outside for a ball, missed the corner. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Folsom Lake at 13-4 and San Joaquin Delta at 13-5, the 2 top teams in the Big 8 right now. But still a couple series to play for most teams. There are a couple of teams with just 1 series left to play. Here's the pitch by Heinkel. It's outside, back to the backstop, but no advancement by Cannon as Rossi runs that one down. Josh Heinkel on the mound. Behind the plate, Drake Rossi. 2 balls and 2 strikes now on Blakely. Check of the runner at third, ready to go with the delivery. Here it is. Fouled back to the screen again, so it's still 2-2 on Blakely. Just 2 for 8 on the season so far coming in today, and has reached base all 3 times today. One of the several players on the Bear Cubs from Cardinal Newman High School right there in Santa Rosa. He's up here, right side, slightly open stance against the left-hander Heinkel. Fastball inside corner, call strike 3, a beautiful pitch. 2 outs, and that'll bring up Noah Rabin, the third baseman. Noah with a walk in the 5th, he scored, a single in the 6th, and reached on a fielder's choice and scored in the 8th. Noah from the dreaded Annalee High School in Sebastopol. Decided one of our only basketball wins my senior year, so I'll always remember it fondly. Also, fastball's high. The site, I believe, of Karen Valentine, who, if you don't know who that is, then you look at your Google, because she was the It Girl in 1972. I'll tell you that right now. She was on Room 222, man. That was a great show. Are you kidding me? Check it out. Kids, ask your grandparents, okay? Here's the pitch. Raven takes outside. Nice block by Drake Rossi. Anyway, that was the rumor that she went. I mean, when we were there, it's like, did you know Karen Valentine went here? That was all excited. Because it was a different time. You didn't have all this, we couldn't go on streaming, okay? There was no Netflix. There was your radio and your newspaper, and you had a TV with 3 channels, okay? So you do what you can in those situations. 2-0 pitch. Give me a break. Pop up out of play. It was a tough time. You can't even talk about, they talk about the depression. I'm sure that was bad and everything. But, man, talk about growing up with only 3 channels. No streaming. Are you kidding me? No computers. No Twitter. No texting. No phone. No phone. You couldn't carry your phone around with you? Well, you could. You just lug it and you have to plug it back in. Line drive into left center field for a base hit. An RBI single for Noah Rabin. Almost flagged down by Nick Ochoa out there, but it gets in there for a base hit and an RBI for Rabin. His 26th on the season. Scoring is Bryce Cannon. Makes it 10-3 in favor of the Bear Cubs and brings up Jack Gallagher. Gallagher with a couple hits today, a home run, a 3-run home run in the 5th, and an RBI double in the 8th. He also flied to center in the 6th, so he is 2 for 3. 368 coming in. He has 10 home runs now in the season, 34 runs batted in. He's here with Rabin at first and 2 outs in the 9th, and a 10-3 lead for the Bear Cubs. Jack had the good sense to be from Petaluma, but not go to. Oh no, he didn't go to Sebastopol. That's it. I mean, there's a bugaboo right there. It's just bringing up old buried stuff. I mean, I'm sorry, using this to kind of work out my problems. Here's the 1-0. Fouled out of play by Gallagher. Yeah, if we wanted to work out my problems, it's going to have to be at least a triple header, I think. I don't know if we have that kind of time. Weather coming in and stuff, We'll just keep broadcasting. Just keep playing until the weather comes in. I may get through half of them. That's the first half of my life. I'll still have a lot left after that. Of course. Rabin leading off of first. 1 ball, 1 strike count to Gallagher. Hunkel delivers. Swinging a foul back to the screen, so he's ahead in the count. 1-2. $11 hits for Santa Rosa since we resumed the game in the bottom of the 3rd. They lead at 10-3. 1-2 on Gallagher. Rabin down at first base, not being held on. Hunkel's pitch. Swing and a miss in the dirt for the out. Whoop. Okay, so I saw him foul 2 away, and he just swung and missed. Must have been a foul ball, not caught by the umpire. Or not caught by the catcher. Umpire, hey, I'm asking for help, okay? Not caught by the umpire. That is a great rule. Still 1-2. Swing and a miss, he got him on strike. So eventually got there. 1 run on, 2 hits, and 1 left. At the end of 8.5, it's Santa Rosa 10, American River 3.
Coming up, more Beavers baseball right here on Stones Radio Networks.
Another new pitcher for the Bear Cubs here in the bottom of the 9th. They lead at 10-3. Bryce Cannon's coming in from center field to take over on the mound. The 6'3", 190-pound freshman will take over on the mound. Evan Johnson went from the mound out to center field, so they swap spots. So it's Bryce Cannon. Bryce making his 10th appearance of the season, all in relief. He's gone 12 innings, has a 4.50 ERA, 14 strikeouts in those 12 innings and 11 walks, so he's on the mound to try to close this one out. He'll face Trevor Crockett, Nick Ochoa, and Josiah Taylor, 8, 9, and 1. For the Beavers, Cannon gets done with the warm-up tosses, big left-hander. Gallagher guns it down to second base, and we're ready to go here in the bottom of the ninth. Crockett is struck out. He has singled in the fifth, and he has been hit by a pitch. So Trevor on base 2 of 3 times today. Actually, just 2 times today because the strikeout occurred in the 3rd inning back in the earlier part of the day. There's a foul back to the screen. And this game was first played back 3 weeks ago. So Trevor today has reached base on a single and reached base on a hit by pitch. The right-handed hitting center fielder waits for the next one from Cannon. The 0-1 by Bryce. Inside for a ball, 1-1. 1 ball and 1 strike with Ochoa to follow here in the ninth. Cannon from the windup. The 1-1 pitch is down the dirt for ball 2. 2 balls, 1 strike. Trevor comes to us out of Del Campo High School, the freshman. Waits for the 2-1 from Cannon. Here it is. Chopped at the plate back to the screen. So it is 2 balls and 2 strikes on Trevor Crockett. Cannon, the 4th pitcher for Santa Rosa, delivers 2-2, hit well to left field. Moving over is Blakely, but he is not going to be able to get it. It's a foul ball out of play, but Trevor put a charge in that one, hit it well down the left field line, just got around that a little too quickly, and he's back up at the plate 2-2. Bryce Cannon steps off the mound, thinking things over. Now he's back on. 2-2 pitch is outside ball 3. Have to wait with this umpire a little bit. He's been known to put in the kind of underhanded, kind of like a ninja strike 3 call that you can't see, but not this time. 3-2 pitch. Ball 4. So Crockett reaches base for the 3rd straight time. He's down at first base with nobody out. Nick Ochoa comes to the plate. Nick with a couple of hits in this game, only one of them today. He scored a run when we resumed play in the bottom of the 3rd on a Yoyama single. He's walked in the 5th, and he singled in a run in the 7th. So he is now the team leader with 18 runs batted in. And he's got Crockett over at first base. Fastball right down the middle for a strike, 0-1. Flowers started the game when it started back in the bottom of the 3rd, then Kazan, Johnson, and now Bryce Cannon for Santa Rosa. Big breaking ball, lost that one. 1 ball and 1 strike. Crockett down at first base, nobody out here in the 9th. Top of the order, that'll be Josiah Taylor on deck. Cannon looks at first to the plate in the dirt, ball 2. 2 balls, 1 strike. Ochoa wearing number 44, the white home jerseys for the American River College Beavers. Santa Rosa wearing the red of Santa Rosa. 2-1 pitch upcoming. Here it is. Ball 3. So far a walk by Cannon of Crockett and a 3-1 count now on Nick Ochoa with the top of the order coming up. Seemingly another left-hander warming up for Santa Rosa. They have like hundreds of them. Here's the pitch. Swing and a miss. Good cut by Ochoa. Just couldn't get to it. So that brings the count full on Nick. Seekers from high school down in Santa Ana for Nick Ochoa. Waits for the 3-2 pitch from Cannon. Here it is. Popped out of play. Looks like Garrett James is the newest left-hander up there, newest 6'3" left-hander. He's from Fort Bragg. I like that. Good country up there. I like it up there. So Garrett James warming up, and Cannon now the pitcher. Here's the pitch. Fouled again by Nick Ochoa. He is staying alive at a full count. 10-3 in favor of the Bear Cubs. Run around and nobody out here. 3-2 count on Nick Ochoa in the bottom of the ninth. Down in the dirt, ball 4. Good job by Ochoa. Fouled a couple off and then didn't get one he liked, so he is going down to first base. Going down to second is Crockett. And now there's a little chat at the mound as they're going to walk out and they're going to tell the guy, take your time. We got a big lead. Just take a deep breath. Coaches like to say, take a deep breath. For some, they do like to say that, I got to say. Because I was a coach once and I said that and it didn't even pertain. It wasn't even baseball. I don't even know why I did it. But it's just something you say as a coach, take a deep breath, and that's what he told Cannon, and now Cannon's ready to go. And I'm pretty sure that's what happened. Josiah Taylor at the plate. Popped out in the 5th and grounded out in the 7th, so 0 for 2 so far today for Josiah. Wouldn't be surprised if he looks down the first base line. The first baseman playing behind the runner, maybe push a bunt down there or something, try to surprise him. Here's the pitch. He takes right down the middle for a strike. So much for my plan. 0-1. Blake Uyama, who has a couple of base hits in the game today, he is on deck. Josiah Taylor from Alberta, California, Alpha Charter High School. He waits for Cannon's next pitch. Breaking ball misses the outside corner. Off-speed pitch, 1 ball and 1 strike. Two weeks left in the Big 8 conference season. Cosumnes River and Modesto have already played 21, so they only have 1 series left. The rest have 2. Here's the pitch. Outside. Good eye up there by Josiah. He's ahead in the count 2-1. 2 runners on, nobody out here in the 9th. 10-3 in favor of the Bear Cubs. Bryce Cannon, the 4th pitcher for Santa Rosa. And is down low for a ball. 3-1 on Taylor. He had a thought about that one. Held up, let it go. It was a little bit too low. We did talk about Cannon with 11 walks in 12 innings. He has 2 so far in this inning. Here's the 3-1. Right down the middle for a strike. 3-2 on Josiah Taylor. Cannon taking his time, getting a sign from Gallagher. Now he comes set from the stretch. The 3-2 on the way. Swing and a miss. He got him on strikes. So Taylor is retired for the first out here in the 9th. Then I'll bring up Blake Uyama, who had an RBI single when we resumed play in the 3rd inning. Grounded to short in the 5th and singled again in the 8th. So he is 2 for 3 in this ball game. Blake steps in from the right side against the left-hander Cannon, who was ready to pitch, but the umpire says, no, we're not quite ready to go yet. Let's take our time, take a breath. And now we are ready. Here's Cannon. Uyama fouls one off to the right side, back off the screen. So we go 0-1 on Blake Uyama. Alejandro Bello, the number 3 hitter, is on deck. The second baseman out of Andon High School retrieves that foul ball. And we're ready to go 0-1. Sales outside, 1-1. Gallagher with a lot of having to save high and outside pitches today, it seems like. Sailing away from the left-hander. A couple of left-handers today. After Flowers, all 3 pitchers have been left-handers. Here's the 1-1 coming up to Blake Uyama. High for a ball. 2-1. American River would like to get a timely hit. They've had a couple of situations today, even if it's not enough to come all the way back in this game, but they'd like to come through with a timely hit. A couple of times they've had bases loaded and runners on base haven't been able to get those runners in. Be nice to do that here in the 9th inning. Fouled into the glove of Gallagher, drops it, picks it up. So we go to 2-2 on Blake Uyama. He takes a little walk outside the batter's box, thinking about that last pitch, I think. I think he had himself one he thought he can handle and just fouled it off. Two coming up to Blake. Popped up right side, giving chase his sharp hit, but it is out of play by a considerable distance, and it goes to 2 balls and 2 strikes. 1 in the 3rd, 1 in the 7th, 1 in the 8th for American River. Trying to get a couple here in the 9th as well. A 5-run 5th, the big inning for Santa Rosa. Here's a 2-2 coming up from Cannon. Foul back to the screen on one. Blake kind of just saving himself. It was low and inside, but could have been called a strike on that corner. So he fouls it out of play, and he's ready to go again. Alejandro Bello getting some good cardio, chasing down the foul balls, going back to the screen. He is on deck. And Cannon is ready to go. 2-2. Checks Crockett at second. Popped out of play again by Blake Uyama. Crockett down at second. Over at first base is Nick Ochoa, both via the walk. A strikeout of Josiah Taylor, the only out of the inning. And Blake Uyama battling here, 2 balls and 2 strikes. Check of second. Popped up right side. That looked like it playable as Sharpiet goes back and makes the catch. So pop up to the first baseman for the second out of the inning. And that'll bring up Alejandro Bello with the last chance for the Beavers here today. Trying to keep it going, trying to get Bryce Seidler to the plate. Alejandro settles in. Down at second, Crockett. Over at first, Ochoa. 2 outs now. Bottom of the 9th, 10-3 Santa Rosa. Bello takes inside corner, kind of a check swing, but called strike. He's asking whether it was called or check. I think the umpire said take your pick. It's a strike. Whatever feels better to you. 0-1 on Bello. Hitting at .313 coming into the ball game. Check swing and call strike on the inside corner again. 0-2. Struck out in the 3rd, grounded out in the 6th, and struck out in the 8th. So 0 for 3 for Alejandro today. He waits the 0-2 from Bryce Cannon. Fouled out of play to our right. So Alejandro stays alive for another bat, another pitch. Second baseman steps in. He's got the slightly open stance from the right side against the left-hander Cannon. Ochoa at first, Crockett at second. They walk to open the inning. They've been stranded there through a strikeout and a pop-up, and now it's Bello with an 0-2 count. High fly ball right center field. Coming in as the right fielder, that's Lombardi, and he makes the catch to end the ball game. No runs, no hits, 2 left in the 9th. Final is Santa Rosa 10, American River 3. American River going to San Joaquin Delta for a game tomorrow. Then on Thursday, reminder, we're back on Stones Radio Network's YouTube, Facebook, and Mixler as we will bring you a 2:30 first pitch between American River and San Joaquin Delta College. That'll be our only game the rest of the week. Next week, 2 games against Modesto on the Stones Radio Networks. More info about that to follow. Again, reminder, today's final score is Santa Rosa 10, American River College 3. We'll talk to you again on Thursday. Thanks for watching, and thanks for listening to the Stones Radio Networks.